Hi, it's Neil with Western Canadian Rockwell. We're back again. Today I want to go over some things with these Axletech 4000 planetary steer axles. If you're not familiar, these come out of the newer military vehicles, commonly known as MRAP vehicles. Most of them come with a big pneumatic wheel-mounted disc brake setup. Obviously the big planetary gear reduction hubs, air locker system in them. They have a 19,000 pound rating. So they're quite a big axle, they're quite tough. They're very popular with off-road rigs. You'll see them under rock buggies, Havoc style racing rigs, mud trucks, and because they are rated as a high-speed planetary, they can do moderate road speeds. So you can see them under overland rigs as well. So what I want to do is go over some things with the planetary gear reduction hubs on these axles today. Haven't been introduced. This is our shop cat, Bob. He's good for keeping the mice down, and as you've seen here, he does like to kind of supervise once in a while, so he might be helping out in this video with us as well. Okay, so to start on these hubs, on the Axletechs, you have to make sure that your wheel is off. There's no way to access the internals of these with the wheel on, so make sure your vehicle is supported. Pull the wheel off. Next step is that if there's oil in here, this one is empty because it's new, is turn your drain plugs. You got two of them here. One's drain, one fill. To the bottom, drain the oil out of it into a pan. And then the next step is to remove these two retaining bolts. They are on opposite ends of the hub from each other. So pull them out. You'll need a 17 mil socket for those guys. Now that both of these bolts are out, here and here, this outer hub face can come off. Sometimes they will just slide off by hand. Sometimes you have to work them, or just use a little bit of a scraper to get in there. Just to gently pry it off. There's the inside. Got the 4 planet gears. And set this aside. Make sure you keep track of the sealing O-ring. It doesn't get lost. Now the one thing you have to be careful with these is inside they have a little thrust button here, and a lot of times what will happen is if there's a little bit of grease or oil, the button will stick to the outer hub, and as you pull it apart, the button will either stay with that piece, or sometimes what will happen is it'll get halfway off, it'll fall out and roll away somewhere. If this forgets to get put back in, it can cause a lot of damage to your hubs, or worst case scenario, what happens is it'll fall down into the planetary gears. You won't even notice. You'll put it back on, and then basically as you start driving, this whole thing turns into a big metal blender. So keep a close eye on those things. Make sure that you don't lose it. Make sure that it goes back in this spot at the end of the axle shaft when you go to assemble it. Okay, next step is you're going to need a pair of external snap ring pliers, and there's a snap ring here on the outside of the axle shaft, and what it does is it holds the sun gear on. So we're going to pull that off. Remove that. Remove the outer sun gear. Now the next step is I'm going to get a close-up of this, but there's a retaining nut that threads onto the spindle, and there's a lock tab that holds that in place. And what you want to do is bend over the retaining tab for the spindle nut and then remove that. Okay, so I got zoomed in here. As you can see, there is one tab down here that is folded over to hold this nut from coming loose. So what I'm going to do is just take a hammer and a punch and fold that tab back over. Like any good video, make sure you got your safety glasses and all that stuff on before you start beating on that. Anyway, that's loosened off. The next thing you're going to need is one of these fancy sockets We build and sell these. You can find them on our website. They have the grooves built to connect with the nut here. Just lock that in. Loosen that off. Remove the nut and the lock washer. You can set them aside. Next step is to remove this outer hub bearing. So that all comes off as one piece. Set this aside. Now, if you want to go any further than this, the next step is to remove the brake caliper. Okay, so to remove the caliper, there's 2 bolts on the top, 2 bolts on the bottom down here, and then basically the whole thing will just lift off and slide off of here. They are quite heavy, so make sure that you use some sort of lifting device if you have it available. This axle, I'm actually taking down and we're pulling the axle shaft out of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the kingpin bolts out, and then I can access these with an impact. Pretty much everything on these Axletechs is covered in red Loctite, so the more help you can get from power tools, the easier things are going to be for you. So I'll show you how that goes. Okay, now that we got the caliper off, the only thing really holding this hub on is the inner hub bearing on the narrow axles, the CTIS seals, and the inner hub seal. So I've never seen these things just fall off, but just be aware that they could. So make sure that you have this supported, or don't take the spindle nut all the way off before you pull the caliper. The next step is to make sure that you support the hub. It's also quite heavy, so if you're planning to manhandle it, just be prepared for some weight. And usually what I'll do is I'll get a bar in between. There's 2 bolts that hold the rotor on, or there's a bunch of bolts that hold the rotor on and the caliper bracket. And I'll just kind of wiggle between those bolts to just try and work the hub off the spindle. You kind of hear the seal pop loose there, so I'll just kind of give it a wiggle. And now it's free. So that's it. You see the spindle here. These seals there are a companion seal, so that means that part of the seal rides inside the hub, and then the other half rides on the spindle. And the thing you have to be careful of is when you go to assemble this, you can't just throw these on and expect them to seal. You have to replace them, or you have to make sure that you get this inner piece completely seated inside the outer piece. And there is little rubber ribs. You have to make sure that they don't get damaged, and if they are, to replace these seals or they will leak on you. Okay, so from here, this is basically as far as you need to go to service a hub or to replace bearings or hub seals or anything like that. If you're installing one of our disc brake kits where you need to remove this factory caliper mount, obviously you don't have to remove the knuckle. You can just pull this ring of Allen head bolts, bolt our bracket on, and it uses a newer like hydraulic caliper. And then from there you can reassemble everything. We're not going to go over that in this video. This video is just strictly disassembly. A couple things that I'll just kind of point out while we're here. This is an ABS sensor. There is a tone wheel machined into the hub that the sensor reads. So there's that. This here is a vent. So what it does is it vents any excess pressure inside the hub. And usually that's caused by the central tire inflation system. So this is the vent hole here, and it goes through the spindle, comes out the vent. This is for the central tire inflation. This is where the air goes in. It comes into here, or comes out of here. And then basically what it does is there's two seals inside the hub, and the air comes out of there, runs through a port, up through here, out of this hole, and then basically the rims that are designed to work with this setup have a port in the backside of the rim that the air flows through there. So a couple things to keep in mind is this is all oil bath in here, but because there's these two seals, none of the oil gets to this back bearing. So it has to be packed with grease, and it has to be serviced regularly. So if you want to have that bearing lubricated by oil, you're going to have to remove these two seals and then basically delete your central tire inflation system. So from here, if you want to access your axle shaft, or there's also seals and needle bearings back in there on the spindle side, and there's also seals and needle bearings back here on the axle tube side. In order to get to that, what you have to do is you have to pull these kingpins out of here. So basically they're pressed in. You have to pull that one. You have to pull the one on the bottom. And what we'll do is we'll get into that as well. I may as well disassemble it all at the same time. Before we do that, I want to note a couple things. There are shims. This is a shim here. I'll get a little chisel or a scraper and I'll pull that out of there. And the shims are what sets the tension on your kingpins. So as you disassemble it, make sure you save the shims and keep them with the appropriate side. So if you pull the top shims, keep them with the top cap. If you pull the bottom shims, keep them with the bottom cap. There are also dowel pins here, and that's so that the steer arm that sits here doesn't rely just on the bolts for shear strength. It actually uses these pins as well. So if you buy a high steer kit from us, there will be actually an extra set of pins, because the other side that just has a blank cap doesn't actually use these pins. So you have to install them to use our high steer kit. The kingpin itself has these roll pins, and this axle here, I didn't realize it, but somebody had already been in here, and I've noticed this is kind of a common thing where this pin goes into the roll pin, and what that does is when the cap fits on top here, it basically holds this pin from moving inside the knuckle. So as you can see, there's a knuckle, the pin sits here, and then inside the inner C is where the bushing is. So that's where the pin rotates back and forth when this moves. So you can see it's not actually the pin moving in the knuckle, it's the whole thing moving, and there's a bushing up inside there. So if you don't use this roll pin, I think the potential, what Axletech had in mind, the potential failure is this pin could start to spin inside the knuckle and then obviously wear out this fit in here, causing it to be all loose. And if that happens, then you might have to replace the pin, the entire pin, or the pin and the knuckle if that bore gets loose. So if you're doing this, if you're cutting that roll pin off, just be wary of that. I know guys do it because when you reassemble everything, you have to make sure that this pin lines up with these two pins and the 4 bolt holes. And it can kind of be a pain because this pin is a tight fit in there. So I've struggled with it in the past, but I've got a pretty good knack for it now where I can drop it in and the pin lines up with it, all the holes and everything, and you're good to go. So I just wanted to address that. And now what we'll do is I'll get set up with a puller, pull this out. This is actually a threaded hole underneath this grease in here. So what we have is a little adapter that goes in there, and what it does is it pulls these pins out. So I'll show you how that goes. Okay, I'll show you how to pull these kingpins out. We have these little adapters here that are designed to thread into this hole. And what that allows you to do is you can either hook an H-bar setup like this, and I'll use a little piece of pipe. I've got it notched out to fit around the pins here. Drop that on, and then basically suck that kingpin out. Or what you can do as well, these adapters will allow you to use just a common slide hammer. The slide hammer works most of the time. If you get one that's been sitting underwater, it's been rusted up pretty hard, this can be a bit of a struggle, so you might want to use the H-bar puller setup. So I'll show you how that's done. Okay, another thing that I'll mention as well is that where these kingpins are threaded, for some reason they use two different thread pitches. This one is a fine thread and the lower one is a coarse thread, so you will need both adapters. We do sell these on our website as a kit where you get one of each, and then, like as I mentioned, they will work with a 5/8 puller on the other side. So here we go. I'm going to get this kingpin pulled out. Okay, there's our pin removed from the knuckle. I'm going to do the same thing to the bottom. We'll be able to drop this knuckle off of here. Okay, lower kingpin is out. Before I pull this knuckle off, I just wanted to show a couple differences between the upper kingpin and the lower kingpin. So the upper, as I explained, the bushing is in the axle housing, and that's where it pivots, is on this part. This part stays stationary in the knuckle. The bottom is a little bit different. So this part presses in, basically it sits like this. This part presses into the lower C and it doesn't move. And in the knuckle, it's got a race and a tapered bearing. So as it turns, it pivots like this. And that's actually the race that turns. Another thing to note is on the lower kingpin, before you thread your adapter in to remove it, there will be this big set screw. You'll need a 10 mil Allen wrench to pull it out, and then you can thread your adapter in. I think the only reason for this, so I don't know if I can hold this quite right, is that the hole goes straight through, and basically it's to block the grease from going underneath the kingpin. Okay, now that everything is removed off of here, this knuckle will just kind of slide off. It's sort of heavy, but sort of not, so slide that off, set it down, and now the axle shaft can be removed. Sometimes it'll take a little bit of a pry to get it out of there. Like that. And there's your axle. There is a seal, like I mentioned, inside the axle tube, and then behind that there's a snap ring and then a needle bearing. The spindle side only uses a seal and a needle bearing, no snap ring. Okay, I just wanted to show quick what the seal looks like. There's a seal. You can see the needle bearing back in there. That's all there is to it. This is the spindle. Same thing, seal, needle bearing back in there. Just no snap ring on this guy. I should mention that this seal and the seal in the tube, along with the needle bearings, they are identical. So there is no different part number between those two seals and bearings. And like everything for these Axletech 4000s, we do stock and sell these parts. Okay, there's our disassembled wheel end for this Axletech 4000. One more thing to take note of is there are some slight differences between what they call the narrow Axletech axle, which you just seen here today, and the wide Axletech axle. I'll just kind of go over it quickly so that it's not too confusing. Basically, the difference is the narrow Axletech axle has one tube that's a little bit shorter than the other one. A wide one has the tubes the same length. Pinion flanges are a little bit different. This one's obviously missing, so I can't show you. The kingpin, the lower kingpin, is a little bit different. On a wide Axletech axle, it has a little bit smaller pin where it fits into the housing than these narrow ones. Ratios are typically different. If you want to have a good write-up on our website, just scroll down on the bottom of the page, go to the technical information on axles, and I got a whole bunch of information on that with a bunch of pictures. Other than that, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. These are really cool axles. I know lots of guys that have used them in lots of different builds that has been very successful. If you want to see more about these axles, I'd recommend checking out a couple of YouTube channels like Matt's Off-Road Recovery. They're doing a really cool build with these guys. The Diesel Brothers, they've done multiple builds with these axles, so you can see all sorts of different applications and where these can be used. And other than that, thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. We get a lot of great feedback from these videos, so we're just going to keep on pumping them out and helping out where we can. Take care. And if you're wondering where Bob went for the rest of the video, it's right here. He decided to take a nap. Things are pretty rough for a kitty cat around here.